Why is he the world's #1 trainer? What exactly makes the Pallet Town Plot Patroller so powerful? And how can you become the very best like no one ever was? Ladies and gentlemankies, welcome to the vibrant realm of Pokémon, where mystical creatures roam, adventures await, and one name is famous across the world. Of course, I'm talking about Ash Ketchum, the boy from Pallet Town who not only became a champion but the champion of champions when he beat the best of the best in the World Coronation Series Masters Tournament. And yet the true power of Ashy Boy can't be measured in badges, battles won, or ounces of plot armor. No, there is a story behind why exactly Ash Ketchum has become so iconic, so powerful, and enduring that most people who've watched the show have failed to truly understand. That is to say that Ash's true power flows from 3 forces that can transform our own lives in tremendous ways. So let's begin unpacking the secrets of Ash's 3 forces so that we can do exactly that. Ash Ketchum's journey began in Pallet Town, where the dream of becoming a Pokémon Master first took root in his heart. And it's that dream that set the course for every single one of his extraordinary adventures. However, it's important to realize that Ash's dream is not a distant fantasy, like the pipe dreams of most January gym goers or lottery ticket buying office workers, but a constant, intentional source of inspiration and the lighthouse that guides him through the darkest storms. Of course, everyone knows that to become a Pokémon Master is such a grand goal that it's difficult to pin down what exactly it even means. And that's because it's not just your typical goal, but a powerful, overarching meta goal that envelopes all of Ash's more tangible objectives, from winning gym badges to befriending Pokemon to perhaps, one day, actually buying another pair of shorts. For example, even after defeating Leon to become the world's #1 trainer, Ash kept adventuring onward because his meta goal to be the very best will always drive him to higher and broader levels of greatness. After all, if today you is the best, but 6 months from now you still can't beat today you, then is 6 months from now you really the best? Ashy Boy certainly doesn't think so, so he continuously creates new sub-goals to push himself further. In other words, to be a Pokemon Master is actually a way of life that captures the principles and nature of Ash's entire goal system, rather than the precise contents of a specific goal. In other words, to become a Pokemon Master is not a static goal, like win the Alola League or just catch the damn Latias, but a dynamic, never-ending path forward, upon which Ash lives by his principles, continuously hones his abilities, and crushes various sub-goals along the way. In the same way that Elon Musk has aimed to drive humanity forward toward a better future, with sub-goals like get humanity to Mars before I die, and create a sustainable energy economy. Or how Cristiano Ronaldo has aimed to be the world's greatest footballer, with sub-goals like win the European Football Championship, and take off shirt at every opportunity. To be a Pokemon Master is the meta goal, the purpose, the way of living, the beacon that directs Ash through every struggle, and in more obvious terms, through every gym quest, league conference, and high-stakes tournament, which represent the sub-goals that motivate Ash to keep living by his principles and keep ascending the rungs of his meta goal. Regarding the meta goal, it might be helpful to imagine the meta goal like a never-ending flight of steps ascending upwards, broken up by rooms in which we challenge our sub-goals and attain greater mastery of ourselves, in order to continue progressing further up the infinite staircase. Whatever your meta goals and sub-goals are, they are the things that will snap you out of bed and fill each day with meaning. So what we can learn from the first of the 3 forces that have made Ash so powerful are that 1. We need an overarching meta goal or vision to continuously drive us forward, and 2. We need meaningful sub-goals and milestones to measure our progress. For Ash in Pokemon Journeys, the major sub-goal was to win the World Coronation Series. And for you or me, a sub-goal might be benching 350, saving enough for a down payment on a house, landing a better job, getting straight A's, or taking the family on an unforgettable trip. The important thing is that these concrete sub-goals are actually connected to your bigger meta goals, or else they may not be that meaningful, because the meta goal is everything. And whether Ash was adventuring through the Orange Islands, Unova, or Alola, his unwavering meta goal of becoming a Pokemon Master was the driving force that pushed him to adapt to new environments, learn from each experience, and keep plowing through his sub-goals. It's the dream that enabled his transformation from an inexperienced kid in Pallet Town into the #1 trainer in the world and beyond, despite countless struggles along the way. And if this got you thinking about your own meta goals and sub-goals, then I'd encourage you to pause the video and write down your ideas about what some of those goals are, because the next 2 forces can bend those goals and dreams into reality. But before we dive into these 2 forces, I'd like to take a quick minute to bring you a personal story, as well as an offer from a sponsor that has helped me punch through one of the most difficult years yet. Because the push to achieve my own dreams ended up becoming emotionally and materially destructive for a long time, and it has been very helpful to unpack my experiences together with a professional who has guided me in a much better, more balanced direction, which is where today's sponsor BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp provides a convenient way to access professional therapy from licensed therapists therapists all from the comfort of your own space. And personally, my therapist has helped to build me a robust cognitive framework that has alleviated a lot of the anxiety and anger that had been dragging me down for a long time. If you're interested, you can snag 10% off your first month of BetterHelp by using my link in the description below. But if you want to know more, then here are some other things I like about the service. Firstly, when you sign up, you fill out a questionnaire to match you with a therapist suited to your specific needs from a network of over 30,000 therapists. And this is great because you can be very particular about the kind of therapy you want and the kind of person you want to provide it. From there, you can message your therapist throughout the week, schedule video or phone sessions, and get the support that you need. I prefer BetterHelp's remote online structure to in-person visits. I like how the system prompts you to do meaningful journal work on a regular basis. And I'm very pleased with how much happier and more balanced my life has become. So if you're going through a tough time or just looking to sharpen your mental game plan to improve daily life, then consider trying BetterHelp by using my link in the description or going to betterhelp.com/charusharu to get 10% off your first month of BetterHelp. It'll give you a chance to connect with a therapist and see if the service helps you. And with that said, thank you for listening, and it's back to today's chat. The first force behind Ash's power that we discussed was the pursuit of the meta goal, and the underlying sub-goals that pull us to greatness. And the second force is what actually drives us there, because despite having a good meta goal and good sub-goals, and putting in effort and work towards those sub-goals, many people still fail to make much progress or live the life that they want to. Why? One reason is that the average youngster Joey's effort isn't concentrated or continuously getting better, which is why we need to stress the importance of what I like to call power work, which involves doing truly focused, quality work, instead of distracted, mediocre work, and continually improving your processes and capabilities while you're at it. So let's break down how power work works with a couple examples. Firstly, imagine going to the gym. Half the people there do a few shoddy reps, then spend 5 minutes playing on their phones, then do a few more reps at 33% of their ability. Their effort is pretty crappy, and likewise, their results are crappier than youngster Joey's battle record. Then you have a badass like Arnold, who does concentrated work by pushing himself to his absolute limits with every single set, sweating, screaming, unleashing every fiber of his nen at the task at hand. And he also does very intentional work with his nutrition and programming, the crucial stuff that most Bobby Boos and Mandy Sues are too lazy or too unwilling to address. Arnold is driven to be the very best like no one ever was, and he's putting in concentrated, intentional work in higher quantities than 99.9% of gym goers. And the gap in results is pretty clear. And while it isn't always apparent in the weekly cartoon format, it's clear that Ash is a hardworking champion of the same cut. Whenever he trains or battles, he is 100% engaged. His entire being is focused on winning and nothing else, concentrating so hard that he becomes a part of the battle himself, quite literally in the case of the bond transformation or the aura connection. And he focuses on intentional training and smart playmaking that leverage his quality effort to its fullest. Concentrated, intentional, intense. It's like any gym, company, or academic institution. There are people who are just kind of there going through the motions without really achieving much, and then there are the level 99 paladins wreaking havoc on the tasks at hand, carrying everyone forward, and rising above the rabble as they conquer their sub-goals and ascend the meta-goal staircase. Beyond 1, getting your mental health baseline into a good place, 2, destroying your smartphone with a hammer, 3, researching strategies to maximize results in your given pursuit, and 4, trying your best to force 100% of your concentration and effort into the task at hand. One book I recommend to make your efforts more focused and fruitful is Deep Work: Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World by Cal Newport. And there are a lot of other great productivity books out there, but this book was a game changer for me personally and a great place to start. In addition to doing deeper, smarter work, the other piece of the puzzle is to work towards your goals with a mind for continuous improvement. How can you do a task faster? How can you be more accurate? How can you get better at whatever it is you do every time you do it? If you continuously improve, then every minute of concentrated effort that you put towards your goals will count for more, which will compound your gains and make your progress faster. For example, I track time spent on each aspect of my video edits to push for speed, and once every couple months I do a workshop to see how I can squeeze more out of my work by implementing new techniques, plugins, and so on. The key is to improve both my input, aka my work, and my output, aka the video you see. Likewise, Ashy Boy is always looking at how he can improve in the next battle, refining his strategies and improvising moves. Whether he is putting in the effort and mental work to master the bond transformation, or developing radical homebrew moves like Counter Shield or the fearsome Lick Tickle, you can be sure that the Ash Ketchum you face today will never be the same Ash Ketchum you faced yesterday. So what will you do to bring Ash quality effort and continuous improvement into your own life? Because right now is the best time to unlock the potential of your power work. And the third and final force is what will make that work truly count. Never give up till it's over. It's one of Ash's most famous lines, and the secret of the final force behind his incredible achievements. And honestly, I think it's the most important of them all, because there are a lot of people who have incredible meta goals and sub goals, and some of those people actually do put in the power work necessary to push towards them. But once life starts landing punches, they are out for the count before they know it. Which brings to mind a quote from Rocky Balboa that captures the difference between the people who get crushed and the people who crush. It's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. Ash and Rocky are talking about the same thing, the indomitable spirit, which I like to break down into two components. One, the conviction of a winner, and two, the mental resilience to back that conviction up. Having the conviction of a winner means genuinely believing that no matter what, you will achieve what it is that you want to achieve, and you will actually do the things that are necessary to become who you want to become. For example, not only does Ash focus on pursuing his Pokemon Master meta goal and sub goals constantly, but he frequently verbalizes his convictions to the people around him. Likewise, you need to at least affirm your winner's conviction to yourself every day, as your strong belief is a strong call to action, whereas a weak belief is a weak call to action. The kind of weak call to action that has January gym goers slumping back into their sofas in a pile of popcorn crumbs by February. And many people actually do state their conviction very clearly at the beginning of their journey, only to find that they quickly cower in the face of setbacks and end up shaken into submission when life punches all their hard work right in the face. Our convictions that seem so strong at the onset of our adventures can quickly crumble into nothing along with our dreams. This is why becoming more robust to life's haymakers is essential, and where the second component of the indomitable spirit comes into play. That is, mental resilience. There are many strategies, techniques, and tools available to help you become more mentally resilient. From journaling to meditation to visualization to immersion in nature to establishing a belief system to working with a therapist to build a powerful cognitive framework to etc. etc. And such tools are absolutely worth trying out because one, if your mind is weak or your mental health is on the rocks, then it's impossible to truly leverage your potential over the long term. And two, you can bet that even normal life will get really tough at times if it isn't already. So you really must become robust to the meltdowns, the grief, and the turbulence that leave many people in shambles. To focus on the first point, it is important to understand that it is your mind that actually bends your thoughts and dreams into reality. For example, you only get up and pour a glass of milk from the fridge because you think about doing so and force your body to make it so. You only train to become Mr. Olympia because you first dream about it, and then have your mind force your body through hell day in, day out to reach your ideal state of being. And you only become the #1 Pokemon trainer in the world because you visualize that victory and you do everything in your power every day to bend that visualization into reality. Getting up to get a milk stash isn't particularly difficult for most people, but anything along the lines of the other two examples requires incredible mental resilience to push through the frequent setbacks and arduous trials that anyone on the road to greatness will experience. Basically, if you don't get your mental health in good order and build resilience to the bitters of life, then your weak mind will falter and you will likely live life far below your potential. And that's another reason why I think the Ash Ketchum persona is such a great target for kids and adults who want to improve their lives, because Ash possesses both the winner's conviction and the mental resilience that form the indomitable spirit. You see the spirit at work when he bounces back from every league failure, gets fired up in the wake of crushing defeats against powerful opponents like Paul, Wulfric, and Bee, and ultimately turns the tables on his rivals in spectacular fashion. By combining that indomitable spirit with consistent power work towards his meta goal, Ash has achieved things that both in-universe and out-of-universe onlookers thought were impossible. Because, as they say, a quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. The world is filled with characters who are just as goal-driven, hardworking, and pertinacious as Ash Ketchum. Fictional or real, the tales of inspiring world shakers like Luke Skywalker, Frodo Baggins, Harry Potter, Stephen Hawking, Nelson Mandela, Michael Jordan, Henry Ford, Thorfinn, Goku, or Matthias of Redwall are so enduring because they tickle our deepest desires to achieve incredible things. And because, for those willing to take a closer look, they gift us roadmaps to unlock our own potential. So I hope that the Ash Ketchum roadmap, the 3 forces, the blueprint for success, and the secrets behind his incredible achievements will be of use to you. And with that said, dream big, work hard, and never give up till it's over.